Hi, I'm Kelly Richey, and this is lesson number 2. Now, you were just watching Fast Drivin' Mama, an intro clip to the song. That's the opening lead. Now, the song's in the key of E. The chord progression is a basic 3-chord, 12-bar blues progression using E, A, and B. But the opening solo is played on the 12th fret, root 6, E minor pentatonic. And in the materials that you downloaded, you'll see an example of your root 6 E minor pentatonic in its basic form and in its expanded form. The reason that I say basic and expanded is because your basic form looks like this. To expand it, we change our fingering, we cover a little bit more territory, and it allows us to have a little bit more speed. So I'm going to take this note here and move it down here, allowing me to use my first and third fingers. Then I take these 2 notes and move them up here, so I can continue using my first and third fingers. So I'm covering more real estate on the neck of my guitar, but I'm not playing more notes. I'm just repeating the same 5 notes that make up this pattern. This is a minor pentatonic. Penta meaning 5 note, minor scale that starts on the tonic or on the root. Okay? So be sure that you've downloaded these materials and that you've looked over the scales that I'm using, so you're familiar with what I'm talking about. Slowly, here's what the solo looks like. I have a very heavy right hand. Okay? That's how the solo kicks off. Vibrato is critical. And to be able to hit all the strings gives it that Notice how everything's covered as I hit. Then I bring my hands away, really get the vibrato working, and let the sound of the guitar swell just a bit, because when I'm wide open with an amp on stage, as soon as I let go of these strings, feedback begins to happen. But I want it controlled, and it's very quick so it doesn't take off. Again, the next section. Okay, up to that point again. Keep going. That last part. Okay? Let me play the whole thing for you one more time so you've got it. Now that we've covered the lead, I want to shift our focus to technique. If you're a basic or an intermediate player, I can't stress enough the importance of learning your minor pentatonics, where they're really in your DNA. If you're going to develop a strong right hand and really have a good sense of rhythm, you can't be thinking about what you're doing. If you're still struggling to play these scales right, to just be able to execute them, with precision, then adding rhythm is not an option yet. So once you've mastered your basic and expanded forms, and you really need to play them extremely slow, speed comes with accuracy. So once you've mastered these, then I want you to begin to play this exercise. If you're intermediate to advanced, this is where you're going to probably want to start. This is what I call the flat tire approach. In blues, shuffles are used a lot. Da-dum, 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 da-dum. It's kind of a flat tire approach. Da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. What we're going to do is we're going to add an and before every beat that you play. N1, N2, N3, N4. You're going to put a muted up strum before playing the note with the down strum. Here's an example using my basic E minor pentatonic on the 12th fret. So work with this, and once you're comfortable, then move on to lesson number 3.